I was going to make a video today looking at why the community are outraged with DICE at the minute, with Battlefield 2042 almost going completely radio silent through the month of September. We were supposed to hear something about the open beta, and with the game being dropped back, I think most of us were expecting to maybe hear a little bit of news right at the end of the month, so DICE give themselves as much time as possible. We have of course just heard that Battlefield 2042 will be having an open beta that will be on October the 6th to October the 9th. Early access is available on October the 6th to October the 7th for all members who pre-ordered the game or are currently EA Play members. The preload for the game starts on October 5th at 6 AM UTC on PC and 7 AM UTC on consoles. Have a quick look on the internet, translate that time to whatever it means for you. Essentially, it means you can preload the game a day early. The trailer itself was really fun to watch. I think it's, again, testament to that cinematic team. You have got a lot of gameplay footage in here as well, which is what people wanted. Starting out with a little bit of jet gameplay, you then have boots on the ground, a couple of sneak peeks of tank warfare, some really awesome battle scenes here. It looks like you're coming out of base in a couple of the scenes as well, reminding me a little bit of what you'd get in Battlefield 3 and 4, although the look of the game is a bit more vibrant, I'd say. Got a bit of a Call of Duty look to it, which isn't a bad thing, to be honest. These days, Call of Duty, although you might not like all the games, but they certainly are mega popular. If they can capture the good parts of that and then bring what's best about Battlefield to the game, I'm pretty certain everyone will be having a fun time. That being said, the proof will be in the gameplay. Hopefully it's up to standard. DICE have given themselves a little bit more time to polish things and get ready. If you go and take a look at the comments on the YouTube channel at the minute, everybody is super hyped. The likes are 99.9%. As you can tell, all of that community worry, outrage, whatever it is people were calling, has really just filtered away. And something I was actually going to say in the video that I had planned for today, looking at that outrage, is people always forget about it. Not just in video games, but in anything, whether it's to do with your government and politics, whether it's to do with COVID-19, whatever it is. Whenever things turn around a corner and you get a really good, positive thing for people to talk about, in this case, the beta, people soon forget about what happened before. Whether that's right or wrong is not up to me, but all I'm saying is DICE just have to give us a good game and no one cares about the marketing up until that point. The proof is really in that game itself. DICE have also shared a couple of screenshots on their official Twitter page. You can see here that you've got the controller layout. A couple of things that I'll note here: you do have the call-in menu at the top, so you can select your call-in, and a pretty similar system to what we had in BF5, I suspect, but for the vehicles. And then of course you've got all your usual stuff: jump, parachute, wingsuit, lots of different things that we'll probably get used to within a couple of games. The recommended PC specs have been released too. You've got to have an AMD Ryzen 5 3600 or an Intel i5 6600K, memory 8GB, all the usual stuff, and they do recommend an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. All I can say from looking at that is most people will be able to run the game. I do think that if you've got an older PC and maybe you're still playing Battlefield 4, this might be a step too far, and maybe you might need to look at upgrading, which I know is easier said than done in the current state of things. And then the recommended PC specs, this is probably what they'd want you to have in order to enjoy the full experience, and the graphics all turned up, so a little bit higher quality there with the PC. One thing I will note there is the hard drive space is 100GB for both. Of course, it's the same game no matter what PC you play on. With 100GB, I suspect it's going to be a very large game with DLC planned down the line to bring you up to that 100GB. DICE also posted some information on their official website, calling in a Battlefield briefing on the progression and cosmetics in the game. They state that during the open beta, the intent is to provide us with the kind of experience where you can focus on enjoying the sandbox. That means that they've made some adjustments to systems and features you'll otherwise encounter in the full game, so you'll find that they've pre-unlocked a wide selection of hardware, weapons, vehicles and gadgets for us to enjoy, so we can make the most of the time that we have in the beta. Too often in betas, I think personally, you have to unlock things to kind of have fun. Some people can't put in 12 hours a day, and if you can't do that, you don't get to enjoy the whole thing. So in this case, they have unlocked a bunch of stuff already. You'll be able to play Conquest 128 players on the Orbital map as one of 4 specialists: Boris, Casper, Falk and Mackay. In terms of the experience in this game, there's a selection of different things returning. Ribbons are one of them. You can see an image of that in the background. It's a great way to earn XP. I'm fairly certain that this will be similar to what we had in BF4, and a lot of people will be very happy to see that return. In terms of unlocking weapons, you need to gather enough XP to get promoted to the next level, and with every new level comes new rewards, including weapons, gadgets, cosmetics, and more. When first starting your journey, you'll have access to a varied set of specialist weapons, vehicles, and gadgets. This allows you to discover several playstyles before you come across further unlocks during the leveling up process. Again, I think this is to give you a rounded overview and feel of what the game has to offer. It's of course a beta. The main game will have way more content in it, so this is just kind of giving you a taster or almost a summary of what is to come later on. When it comes to mastering weapons, you're going to see that return in this game. Badges is what they're calling it, and you get a bunch of badges depending on what you have done with that specific weapon. They do look very cool, and that is something that I know a lot of you will be very interested in collecting, getting every single badge for every single weapon. A quick look at the player card in this game. With 2042, you'll have a customizable player card that will allow you to show off your player level, icon, and title. You'll also get the player card art and up to 3 badges you've earned by mastering your weapons, vehicles, gadgets, and specialists. How cool is that? You get to show off what you're good at. Maybe you're one of those players that plays a ridiculous weapon. In BF4, you had people who would just get tons of kills with hand flares. You'd then be able to show that off on your player card for everybody to see on the server. As mentioned before, this was focusing a little bit on cosmetics as well. There's a couple of different ways of earning skins in the game. For specialist weapons and vehicles, the cosmetics are available in the following rarities. You've got common, rare, epic, and legendary. Rare and epic specialist skins have both a headgear component and a body component. You can mix and match headgears with different bodies if you wish. However, legendary skins are a single outfit and cannot be mixed and matched with any other skin. Some examples in the background of the cosmetics you'll earn and unlock by playing the game through the mastery. A few of these do look very cool. For me, it's the vehicle and weapon ones that I like the most. Being a first-person shooter, you don't often see your own soldier. Still, really, really cool seeing this sort of stuff on the battlefield. If you were to follow the link in the description down below, I have got basically what I've been using as a script for this video is what they have officially on the website. There's a big Q&A at the bottom looking at some cool details and inspirations for the map Orbital and other parts that we're going to be seeing in the open beta. Definitely worth a look. There's a load of good information in there. I'm not going to read through it now because it's too much for a video, but if you're interested in that sort of stuff, do take a bit of a browse through there and inform your opinion before you play the beta. Hopefully it's good. Fingers crossed it's going to be as good as we hope, and a really, really solid foundation for the game to launch later in November. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.